Howdy there, friends. Hey, Dr. Groovy, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Gonna do a quick part two on the Phiga guitar that I got that was all discombobulated. Okay, again, this guitar I did a guitar swap for one of my American Strat VGs, and it came suspect to me because it was suspect to me. So I tore into it and it was beyond suspect. Okay, so again, the fact that it had like 3 owners and actually had been to luthiers, and the fact that it even passed anything is beyond me. Okay, so I was told EMG pickups in here, and no, they're not. They are Figa's own little thing, but they call them, they're Tesla. You remember the band from the 80s? Pickups. Which were, yeah, these things. Okay. So I've just got them labeled. They're potted like crazy, as you can see. Here's the others. Okay. Now, if you remember, this thing had a push-pull volume knob on it that was supposed to split everything into single coils. Well, it's really hard to go splitting crap when you got 2 wires on your pickups that you just can't get her down. So any kind of tech that has been in the back of that guitar should have noticed that. And I'll show you why. Well, yeah, you can't split this. So right off the bat, major problems there. The other funny part, this is it. These are the electronics that were in it. About 30 cents worth of electronics. Here's your volume knob, push-pull for your splitter, and your little tiny tone knob. Okay, so these are these little miniature wannabe things. And then you've got, says alpha right here on the side. Might as well say alfalfa. That looks like it was made in by a 4-year-old in China. Okay, so yeah, really cheap electronics in this bastage. Okay, what I did so far, and what I mean by so far is I don't know if I've got it where I want it yet, but I've got it Stratocasterized, and that's where I've got it so far. People, they make the pickup covers to go over top of humbucker holes, and then you could just throw a single coil in there and it'll still mounts in the same places. But they have always left one thing out, which is why it's always been a defective product for me since day one. Anyway, I got in here and put all Fender Strat stuff in here, heavy duty stuff. And what did I do to it so far? This. Okay, so you have the typical this thing. You've seen these, but the one they've always screwed up on was this one. Okay, so you got the slant for the Strat thing. You've got the single coil in the middle where it should be located, and it's the ones that are gold that are working. This is a fake, and I'll show it to you. It's got nice gold screws and everything. And then I got one up here. They do not make a blank like this, but with just one place to put your pickup. It's always just this. I don't want my pickup down here. It makes a huge difference. That does sucketh. So they have never ever made that combination where you could just throw a single coil in up at the neck where it belongs. So I did. Okay, so I just grabbed one of the existing rings. I put a piece of, just grabbed a black pickup cover, cut some cardboard, wrapped it in packing tape, just a little bit, like twice around to give it some stability. You don't want to use like a popsicle stick because you go to screw these 6 screws in here, which are legitimate screws, as you can see. Okay, so I put that up in there, then I just screwed those 6 screws down into that cardboard reinforced. And again, if you use a popsicle stick, it'll just splinter everywhere. So this works a lot better if you guys ever want to do that. So that's the only way I could get the pickup on the neck where I wanted it. Okay, I opened up another hole so I could put all three Strat things there, got rid of the big knobs and put on the knobs from the Marshall amp. Like I had done before, I had to really route a whole bunch out in the back thickness wise because the Strat posts were not as long as the Chinese stuff, so I had to route everything out in the back. Not route it out, just make it really a lot thinner, you know. So I did that, and it's still got that plastic piece of crap there. I will put my Strat cup in there, but I just wanted to get it to the point to where it was playable at any given situation. The bridge, the Kaler, these things, the posts, are not held in by anything, or were not held in by anything. You can just take the whole thing out without using a single tool. It just pulls right out of the wood. So I fixed that and put it all flush against the wood so I could actually get an angle, because this neck needed to be shimmed, but it's a piece of crap set neck, so you couldn't shim it. Bolt-on neck's much better for Scotty's taste and for simply working on guitars. So that made it almost unplayable had I not been able to grab another quarter of an inch out of this bridge by doing what I had to do. And so that's what I did. That's where it's at so far. So guess what it sounds like? Yep, you're right. It sounds like a Strat because everything in it is Strat stuff. And what did I use? Everything Mexican. It's what I like. I was going to throw my I've got a bunch of pickups from come to mind. There he is. It's going to drive me nuts. Anyway, put the same pickups that are in all the Gibson S1s and the G3 grabber basses here, and Bill Lawrence. I couldn't forget it. Got a whole bunch of those that have never been touched. I was thinking about putting 6 of those in here. I may still. Who knows? It's a work in progress. So let's take my big old fancy unit. You know, you gotta have a fancy unit. And no compression or any of that, just typical Strat. So position in the bridge. Number 2. Middle. 4. And the neck. So you got, but not on the back pickup. So ceramic pickups I like much better than the others because ceramic pickups do not die over the course of their lifetime, and Alnicos do. That's basically it. And then I keep the pickups way down and use low output pickups because it's just a country thing and it's a clean thing. Again, I always run my amps half open, and then I use the Morleys that have no pots in them. It's all just LEDs and then the little collector on the other side, so it's just perfect, same volume, I mean not the same volume but the same tone throughout the entire spectrum, so you don't get and start losing your high end. So it just stays up all the time. I could just drive the hell out of the front end of the amp that, you know, has the two 12AX7s in it, simply by doing that. So therefore I lose no tone whatsoever, so I don't even need a clean boost down there to do that. Just does it by the volume pedal. My CS2 Boss compressor from back in the old days. Yeah, it goes everywhere. Okay, so that's it. I don't need to play a whole bunch for you. It sounds like a Strat. And see. Take it off, baby. Okay, so that's about it. So right now it's in Strat mode. I really hunkered down on the whammy, so it almost stays stationary, but I gave it kind of the little range of like a Bigsby. And that's all the more I would use it. I just never trust locking tuners with no locking nut. It's just never proved valuable to me. So that's where it's at. Okay, so that is my part 2 in the update for anybody. Excuse my stuff here. That's my update on here, and want to remind you, not that it will make any difference, today is it was July 4th, now it's like 3 in the morning, July 5th, and there's only one day left, I think, on eBay for this one. It's already got a bid on it of $3,000 for this, because yeah, try to find this finish anywhere. Again, it's the 93 Les. I've sold this once and bought it back. 93 Les Paul Studio Light M3 with the. It's just amazing for a Gibson. So if anybody wants it, it's at $3,000 right now with the day left to go. And other than that, that's about it. No longer on reverb, folks. Reason for that. More reasons than you know. If you want to know, let me know. Some underhanded dealings going on over there as well. Nobody pays taxes, let's put it that way. You go through eBay and PayPal, you get, you know, your $10.99 and all that stuff, and you actually pay taxes and blah blah blah. Over there you don't. And so when you report your earnings, like I always do, right down to the penny, they don't. So therefore, I'm sure most of the people walk away with just all the money and never report anything. But some people are very lawful, and that gets people in trouble. So next tax season, being that I made a buttload of money over there, and when I file and they don't. Okay, so anyway, the Phiga coming together. And the real scoop on what was going on inside. Great big cavity with nothing in it, like a lot of kind of like my brain. Anyway, you guys be groovy. I've got a ton of stuff going on, so I will fill you in on that too. I'm just sitting here recording on my laptop, so if this is doing anything for you that's any better than the others, let me know. I know it's a wider shot, but I don't know what it's doing as far as sound goes and stuff. I've always enjoyed the sound of my other camera, and everybody hated the sound of going direct and micing everything up. So, and it wasn't that the sound was bad. Everybody just got used to what I was doing. So, Anyway, all the guitars that I have for sale and so forth, and there'll be a lot more stuff coming on there, a lot of effects and processing and guitar effects, and a lot of my Morleys and my J stations and stuff that I have programmed, ready to roll, and actually fixed all the Morleys so they all work right. Those will be showing up soon. And anyway, on my site, everything that is for sale is priced now, so you can go back there and check it out. So you guys be groovy, and I'll take the flippin' Phiga. It's ready to play now, no matter how it's going to end up. And now you know the truth about what was in it, which was very much a letdown. But hey, I buy a lot from Stratocaster, a lot of pick guards that are already loaded, and I just have been on the Mexican Strat kick for a while. I got a whole bunch of lace sensors, silver, from the James Burton guitars, and with the S1 switch plus the TBX control. So I've got those all, a bunch of them, for any really special guitars that I know I'm going to hang on to forever. Then I'll put those in them. I cleaned up my old pink paisley the other day, so I'll break it out again soon. And I'm doing nothing but yakking because no life. Anyway, be groovy, and I'll show you something very cool here a little bit. And yes, I'm going to grow this out, leave two, I know you guys give a shit, two gray stripes right down here, and I'm going to go for the old Wolfman Jack. Right on, right on, right on. Here we are at the midnight special. So I'm going to start doing that, get my gray going in those two lines, and then bring it on out. Alright? So it almost sounds like Billy Bob Thornton. Y'all sure do talk funny. Yeah, and some French fried taters over. It's almost the same damn voice as Wolfman Jack. Anyway, out of here, and flippin' Phiga, it will stay now. Be groovy. Bye.